Good morning. Happy Friday. So that's the load we picked up in Chilliwack. 3 mini excavators, and then 2 offices. One's like a C-can, like a container office, and the other one is just a mobile office that was pre-built with plumbing and all of that stuff. 2 offices, 3 mini excavators. Quite a light load. Feel like I'm almost empty. Those mini excavators have nowhere really to chain up. Maybe I could have chained on the little blade on the front, but like anywhere I do it, I'm going to scratch the heck out of these brand new, never used excavators. I'm like, you know what? They're really, really tiny, really light. They're so light I can move them just by pushing against them. Briggs and Stratton engines in them. They're tiny. I'm like, you know what? We'll just throw a couple of straps over it, and they're solid. So, it is 2 p.m. Probably get home around 6 or so. Deliver this in Salmo on Monday. I figure we hadn't had any rear-facing cam footage this week. Like, we'll settle for just the dash cam and the rear-facing cam. Do that. No! 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 This is future me breaking into today's video. I talk about the rear-facing cam. There is no rear-facing cam. There's the hood cam. That's it. That's it. I guess editing will be easier. I'll explain all of that in future videos, but I'm down to 1 cam. The new cameras can't come soon enough. Cameras, not camera. I guess I jinxed myself by ordering 2 of them. Yep. Stupid me. Anyway, on to today's video. I don't like using the rear cam too much, but we haven't had a rear cam all week. And we're having problems with getting the cameras. The new camera, it's not chipped out yet, so it's like, okay guys, if you're not chipping it out, there's a delay. Apparently there's one little mount part of it that they're out of. It's like, just send the camera without that mount then. Nope, can't do that. It's like, okay, we're going to be on vacation in a week from now, so don't send it to us then because there'll be nobody to sign for it. Good afternoon. Might not be on this channel. And they won't allow us to change address, even though change it to an address a couple of blocks away, because they say the reason they won't change our address is because every address has different taxes and fees. It's like, dude, it's literally just down the street. So we might have to cancel the order and then just order it again to my brother's address. So who knows when I'll get the next camera. It might be a while. love this part of the highway. I never said where we are. We're in Manning Park, Highway 3, my favorite section of Manning, or Highway 3. Well, there's a couple of favorite sections here, and then close to the BC-Alberta border. Those are my two favorite sections of Highway 3. So we are technically eastbound, even though we're headed south right now. Eastbound Highway 3, just barely into Manning Park. Following apparently a fairly slow car, but it's that time of year where you have a lot of tourists driving a road that they don't know well, and this highway is not forgiving, so if you're not familiar with it, I guess it's better to just drive slow. I'm not going to be able to pass the car here because we're climbing fairly steep. So Jess is sick. Good thing she stayed home this week, because it sucked being sick on the highway. Apparently it's very contagious. Some virus that's going around. So, do I go home? Jess says she's going to wipe everything down. Apparently it spreads from contact. So I guess I should sleep in a separate bed from her overnight. Either sleep on the couch or sleep in the big rig. The big rig's more comfortable. I might just come back to the truck and sleep in here tonight until she feels better, just to try to keep me from getting sick as well. Gotta go carve some corners on these cliffs. There's our slow car. It's quite smoky in the lower mainland from forest fire smoke. It's definitely clearer here. It's a little bit of a haze, but quite a bit clearer. 888. They deliver mostly to Walmarts. Well, hopefully when I get home there will be parking available. Parking in Penticton is so hard. I have my favorite spot that's like, what, 3 blocks away from our place that I can just walk home. But often that place is full and I can't park there, so I like that spot because there's always people around and it prevents the risk of theft. While the other spots are kind of out in industrial areas that are completely dead on weekends. Oh yeah, right. I had to make an emergency stop to Cal Tire. So yesterday evening, coming up to the customer, I stepped right on the street by the customer. But to get there, I had to drive past the customer. There's no parking on the right-hand side of the road, so I had to park on the left-hand side of the road, so I had to go to the end of the road, do a U-turn. But there were cars parked inside the roundabout at the end, not a roundabout, the U-turn, you know, the end of the streets that have that bulge. There was a car parked in a really weird way that made it almost impossible for me to turn around. So I had to like do the jackknife maneuver to turn super, super tight. And there's what, 35 degrees Celsius, hot tires, one of those max weight US loads, right? So the rear trailer tires had a lot of weight on them. And at that heat, and I had been driving the whole time, so the tires were hot. And some of my tires are down to 5/32, 4/32, and even 3/32. In the summer, they're not illegal till 1/32, so the tires were really low on tread. And this weekend was the plan, not this weekend, on Monday. I'm delivering this to Salmo, right? So on Monday, the plan is to get all new tires put on the trailer, or a bunch of new tires put on the trailer. But because I had to do that jackknife maneuver on very, very hot tires, on a hot tarmac, shredded the tires. Just started ripping the tread off the tires. It just, the edges of 3 of the tires. Axle 1 on the left-hand side and axle 3 on the right-hand side. It's basically separating, the tread was separating from the casing. Like, well, those tires will not make it to Salmo. They would completely peel apart before they got to Salmo. They're coming apart. I'm like, well, I guess we find a tire shop. And luckily there's a tire shop just a couple miles down the road. So I unloaded and then drove to the tire shop and slapped on 4 new tires. Still need 2 more tires, but we'll do those in Salmo Monday morning. And those are not a high priority. They could probably wait another week or two. Not much longer than that. So there's 2 tires that are at 4/32 and another tire at 5/32 and another 2 at 6/32. So they're getting close. Why not get all of them done right away while I was at Cal Tire? Because doing at Summit is much cheaper of a tire change than over here. So only change the ones that absolutely needed to be done. Save Sutco a little money. Slow Super B, fully loaded. Not very often they go this way fully loaded. Usually loaded is the other direction and empty back this way. So you don't see a slow Super B chip truck going this direction very often. It's probably doing between 25 and 30 kilometers an hour. It's a pretty steep climb here. Told you I was light. Man, it's been a long time since I've climbed this hill this fast. I mean, we're not doing speed limit. I'm going as fast as I can, and we can't do speed limit, but it's a pretty decent speed. Crazy people biking up the hill. Almost to the top here. You see, I never talk about them, but you see these big arms over here? They close the highway. Don't close very often. Here you go, summit. 1,340 some meters. Alison passed. Alison summit. Some of you might remember I got stuck in a closure up here the one winter. We just got a dumping of snow. Absolute dumping of snow, and they had to close the road down, and we were stuck here for almost the whole day. It was just snowing like crazy, and they were just trying to clear it enough to let us all off the mountain again, because there was trucks just spun out all over the hill. The whole hill we just climbed, there were trucks just stuck everywhere along there. I don't know, we got 3 feet or so, 3.5 feet of snow in one night. And every now and then you get those freak snowstorms and it closes the highway down. Oh, don't worry about the speed limit. Just go. Ah, you're from Washington. Don't know what that says. Yeah, they're replacing 2 bridges. They're almost done. I mean, it'll probably take the rest of the summer, but it's been, what, a 3-year project already? I think they'll finish this summer. And they already replaced the bridges on this side. They're just, the other 2 lanes are getting replaced right now. Looks like they're starting to build all the forms to pour the concrete to finish the bridges off. Is that a Starlink dish up there? Yeah. Apparently they're using Starlink. two, if you're ever coming through here, there's two spots you should most definitely visit here. To the left, drive up to the lookout. Beautiful, beautiful hiking trails on the top and a beautiful lookout. And the lookout is accessible to anyone. You can drive right up to it. Beautiful viewpoints. And then to the right, go to Lightning Lake. Such beautiful lakes to go kayaking in. Definitely worth a stop. And all of that is free to access. You can there's day parking allowed. Come in for free. Go if you bring your own kayaks, you can go kayaking completely free. Driving up to the lookout completely free. There's no charges for any of that. Well, at least I've never paid. I've always gone for free. I don't see any signing anywhere that says you have to pay. And of course, there's a resort and campground and all that stuff too, so you can spend the night if you want. I don't know how much that costs, but Milkameen River. Crossed it a couple times already. Right after Alison Summit. At least once. We crossed it at least once already. I'm not going to say a couple times, because that might be wrong. Also, this is one of the few parks you can drive through at 100 kilometers per hour. Most of the parks you have to do 90 kilometers in. looking for those black bears. Only seen one this week. Yeah, I was smart enough to remove the floor mats off of those mini excavators. I'm like, what do you bet those floor mats are going to last all the way to Salmo? I'll take those off and throw them inside the cab here. I also have all 3 keys here as well. I guess 6 keys, but... Man, we're almost through Manning Park's just blown through the park. And the last time I've come through the park this fast was with my own vehicle. If this section of highway wasn't so curvy, I could just put the cruise control on and sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. But I mean, I really enjoy carving the corners, but it's definitely a little more work. See, this Milkamine River is slowly getting bigger and bigger the further we go. Alright, here's the East Gate. I mean, there's no gate, but they call it East Gate. See the Manning Park sign on the left-hand side there, the back side of the sign, and that carved there. No thank you for visiting or any of that on the backside. Guess they just want you to stay. The grooves in the highway are still where the old painted lines are. So that's where the truck wants to run, so I'm just letting it run in the old lanes. They've moved the lanes over and made the center median a little narrower. I think that's due to the winter. The shoulder was pretty darn narrow. They've tried to make the shoulders a little wider so that in the winter when you're plowing, you don't accidentally overplow into the ditch and then people end up hitting the ditch. As soon as the 4-lane ends, the sharp corners start. Penticton, 162 kilometers to go. Almost home. And yes, I know I complain about having to drive Highway 3 over and over and over again. You know what? This section is quite enjoyable. That's also why I record this section more often than not. I should record the other boring sections more often just so you guys get different scenery. But I've shown you guys the whole highway. Over the last 5 years, I've recorded the whole highway from Hope all the way to Alberta. And between Hope and Castlegar, you've seen it many times. With a load this light, some of these corners are catching me off guard. I'm not used to coming into these corners at the speed I am. This is a hard climb. It's light load and we're doing under 60 kilometers an hour, 55 kilometers. Yeah, it's such a light load, my pressure gauges barely move. It feels like I'm running empty. In fact, when I hit the scale, I almost forgot that I was loaded and have to actually go over the scale, not the bypass. It's light. Gained a lot of elevation. The river is way, way, way down there. Alright, not very often that I get to say we climbed all of the Alison Pass and all of Sunday. We're going to hit Sunday Summit here in a couple of miles, so we got to do the fun curvy corners on both ends. Well, guys, hopefully you guys have an awesome weekend. Happy Friday wherever you are. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's bonus video if you guys have hit that join button down below. If not, I'll see you guys on Sunday on the Sleep with a Trucker channel. Or back here on Monday again. Oversized load. It's like a office building, mobile office building for like construction sites. There we go, Sunday Summit. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate all your support. I am out of here. You guys rock.